Somebody put this in the 18 or the Gora's Angels also. It's not going in there when I'm doing it.
Sun, 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 come. Sun, 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 come. Sun, 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 come. Sun, 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 come. Sun, 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 come.
Hare Krishna, go. Krishna, go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yeah, can somebody put this in the 18, please? It's not going in. I have to spend time doing that. It's not working. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. It's not working for you either. Facebook. Hare Krishna, Krishna. So individually tag the devotees, otherwise they don't know we're live here. Maybe it'll work. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Jai. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare And also advertise it at everybody if you can, because I can't, for some reason it's not working. Okay. Let's try this. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you, guys. Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gauranga Nityananda, Sri Krishna Caitanya, Gauranga Nityananda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gaur Chandra, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Gauranga, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare All right, let's do a little jump here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oops. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Krishna Hare Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Nityananda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gaurachandra Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Nityananda 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 Gaura Chandra 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 Nimai Pandit of Nadia Nimai Pandit of Nadia Nimai Pandit of Nadia Vishvambara 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 Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Gaura Chandra Gaura Chandra Gaura Chandra Gaura Chandra Gauranga Gauranga Sri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Welcome. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare.
Krishna, okay, we got it. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Ram. Turn your mic on and you can chant with us here.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari, Hari
Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram.
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari,
Hare.
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hari
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama,
Krishna.
Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hari
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna,
Ram
Hari
Ram, Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Hari
Hare
Hari,
Hare, Ram
Hari
Hare
Rama, Hari Rama, Rama,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, 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 Hari
Krishna
Hari,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna,
Ram
Hari
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari,
Ram
Hari
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Rama, Hari
Hare.
Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari
Hare.
Rama, Hari Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari Krishna,
Krishna.
Hari Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hari Hari,
Krishna, Hare
Hari
Hare.
Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari
Hare
Krishna, Hari
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hari Hari, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram.
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari
Ram
Krishna, Hari
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Hari
Hare
Hari,
Hare, Hare
Rama, Hari
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Ram.
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari
Ram
Krishna, Hari
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hari Hari,
Krishna,
Hari Rama,
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna.
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari
Ram
Rama, Hari
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hari
Ram
Hari,
Hare Ram.
Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari
Ram
Hari,
Ram,
Hari
Hare
Krishna, Hari
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari
Krishna
Rama, Hari
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Ram.
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari
Hare.
Rama, Hari Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hari Hari,
Krishna.
Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hari Hari,
Hare.
Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hari Hari,
Hare
Hari Krishna, Hari
Ram.
Krishna, 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 Hari Hari,
Ram
Hari
Ram, Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari,
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hari Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hari Hari,
Hare
Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari
Hare
Krishna, Hari
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hari
Krishna
Hari, Hari
Krishna,
Rama, Hari
Hare Hare, Ram Hare
Rama,
Ram.
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari
Krishna
Hari,
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna, Hari
Hare, Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Hari Hari, Hari Rama,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari
Krishna
Hari,
Krishna, Hare
Hari Rama, Hari
Hare.
Rama, 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 Hari
Ram
Hari, Hari
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama,
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hari
Ram,
Hari,
Hare
Hari
Ram,
Krishna, Hari
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hari Hari,
Krishna,
Hari Rama, Hari
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Ram,
Krishna, 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 Hari
Ram
Hari, Hari
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hari Hari,
Krishna
Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari,
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Krishna, Hari
Hare Krishna Hare
Hari
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hari Hari,
Hare
Hari Rama, Hari Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hari Hari,
Hare
Hari
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama,
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Hare
Hari.
Hare Krishna
Jaya
Hare
Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Yeah, I'm just so amazed on this how this Bitcoin thing. I have to say it again is so related to this bhakti, that journey that I've been on. It's just amazing that the parallels. So, and what it's all about. It's all about finding the original purpose of the Lord. See, just like in the Bitcoin is on the financial system. This Bitcoin was developed in 2009 or something. And from that time till now, it's been deviating away from the original purpose of what they call a white paper, what it's supposed to be used for. It was actually to be the perfect medium of exchange for good for everybody, universally, good for the government, good for people in general, just really good. But it got perverted because people got greedy. See? And so it's always that way with the original purpose of something. That something like this person, like he is so like honest, and just wants to do something really good for the world, and he just works for that. So now we have bhakti. It originally started from Lord Caitanya, who is God, the combined form of Radha and Krishna. And the Lord's, it was his will to give something really wonderful to the world. Something really pure, really the most magnificent gift that hasn't been given in 4,320,000,000 years. So he came as Lord Caitanya to give that gift, and he did. Many people got it. See? But 550 years, it's just like this Bitcoin thing. People become, they're polluted or they're greedy, and they do that with Jesus, the same thing. They see it as an opportunity to make money, and so things get twisted away from the original purpose. See, and so it's all about getting back to the original purpose, because that's where the will of God is in everything. Getting back and getting through all of the speculations and the lies and the deceptions and all of that. I had to do that in Krishna consciousness. It's like I was given, like in the Bitcoin journey too. This is the real Bitcoin, right? It looks like it, it sounds like it, but I didn't really. Well, I started to study it gradually, to understand. The same thing with Krishna consciousness. They say, "Oh, this is Krishna," and I thought, "Wow, this is great." They said, "This is it. You just follow these rules: wash the pots, clean the toilets." But don't cry, don't do any of this. And I thought, okay, I thought, all right, so I did this. And then I finally ended up giving that up and said, there's something wrong here. I don't think this is, maybe this is not real, because I don't feel really happy in my heart. Like I originally was inspired to look. So then I go and look elsewhere, and examining this thing, and then examining this. Is this the truth? Is this the truth? And then back into the Gaudiya Samiti. Is this the real original? Is this what Lord Caitanya brought, like what Narayan Raj brought? Is this what Lord Caitanya brought with the Radhika and Babajis? See? Is this coming? Because, I had with the white paper, they call it for the Bitcoin, and all these coins, they have a white paper. And they all started because of the inspiration of the original white paper from Bitcoin, and they're all fakes. They're all motivations. They call them pumps and dumps, and take advantage of people, exploit them. See? And so that's the way it is. There's an original white paper given. This is Chaitanya Leela, basically, is given by the Lord. It's his instructions of how to promote this and the way it is. And so everything is deviated away from. Now they got a checklist in ISKCON, say, oh yeah, this is the white paper. This is the original. This is how it's supposed to be done, Krishna consciousness. But when you examine it against the original, it's completely off. It's the same thing with the Bitcoin. Now, because I had some help of people, and examining things and that thing, I found, oh yeah, look at this. Originally this, and here's the real thing. See, you can examine where is it started. So you could do that with bhakti. Where did it start? That's what we're doing here. Well, it was started with Lord Caitanya gave the gift of ecstatic devotion. So we're continuing the disciplic line of the original. Just like in the Bitcoin, I found the real Bitcoin, but everybody's following. You see, the masses follow the lie and the deception. They follow the like $35,000 coin, when the original is looked as like nothing. It's always that way. It's $35. You can get a real original Bitcoin. $35, and practically it's hidden because the world is corrupt. They're corrupted by greed. See, greed, and that's just how it always is. And so, whatever my inspiration is to uncover the original bhakti that Lord Caitanya brought, and that's why it has. Prabhupada was so happy, and he's with great bliss he gave that order. Great happiness. Oh yeah, let's get the original. What Lord Caitanya brought. Bring that gift forth again to people, because it is so good. It is so good for anybody. Just like this Bitcoin is good for the government. The Bitcoin that is now, they want to hide from the government. They want to do all kinds of dirty stuff with it and all that. It's all corrupt. It's not meant to be like that. It's the same thing with this bhakti. It's not just for these corrupt leaders. This guy, with the Bitcoin, he calls it all spades a spade. The guy, a lot of people hate him because he exposes the lies. He says these guys are all, they're casinos, they're gamblers, they're not using it, they're just greedy, they're, cheating and lying. He tells them right like that, and people hate him for that. Why are you exposing? Just like here. What? These gurus are cheating you, man. They're not any better than you. We're here. Don't you want Lord Caitanya? Don't you want Radha and Krishna? Isn't that why? Didn't you come to Krishna consciousness to get Radha and Krishna a relationship? Yeah, because that's what we're about, is to get an honest, genuine, real relationship with Radha and Krishna. And a lot of people, I have one devotee here says, oh, you had a relationship with two people. That's not right for an acharya and all this. Hey, man, it's never been about that. You're just corrupted by these, go out to the hypocrites if you want. Go and hang out with those guys who are doing all kinds of shit behind your back, and they don't have anything to give you. I just live my life. Whatever Krishna puts before me and I feel inspired to do, I just do it. And then my Lord protects me. That's the way it's always been. Look at Draupadi. She had 5 friggin' husbands, man. When we worship her, as a pure devotee. 5 husbands, for God's sakes. If that ain't against the Vedas, I don't know what is. But she's a devotee. The prostitutes were worshipable because they loved Krishna. Hey, yes, it's correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly the spiritual master. See, that is the essence. That's what I teach. Don't worry about, what activities people do in their normal course of day. Even people in my Sangha, you guys can have girlfriends and boyfriends sometimes, and I can't. What the hell with that? What is this bullshit? You're better than your guru? It's funny, isn't it, when you think about it, huh? You can't do, but I can do. Yeah, bullshit. I'm going to do whatever I'm inspired. It didn't last long, those things. I thought after a while, who needs it, man? Yeah. Yeah, and you got to understand, this bhakti is amazing. Lord Caitanya had to teach these Brahmin types, like Fernando. They got a little this Vaidhi thing, well, it's supposed to be like, you're supposed to set an example. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I set the Nityananda type example. That's just how I'm inspired. What can I say, man? And if you don't think it's bona fide, remember the story? It's in the Ancha Lila. So if you're listening, Fernando, sometime, read that story. It's in the Ancha. Well, I'll read the story. And this people need to know that if you want to examine here and not blow out. So that otherwise you'll just go to the hypocrites. They pretend to be Snow Whites. They ain't Snow White at all. A lot of those guys are pedophiles. They're your leaders out there. I wouldn't be around anybody would accept, even if there was somebody that was somewhat okay. I would never support an organization that has pedophile leaders. Would you? To be that close to those kind of people and support, and because once they find out, then they try to sweep it under the carpet, and they keep them going along their little guru trips. Are you kidding, man? That's bullshit, man. It's hypocrisy. You want that? Go out there, man. I'm going to be what I am. You don't like it here, or you don't agree with, you don't like the essence of truth, that we have the jewel here. You can just be a normal person, don't overdo anything, and everything will be well if you have faith in this preaching. This wonderful gift of ecstatic devotion. We have the helper, man. We have God as our helper. You think that's a common thing in this world? To have the transcendental Lord of all to be your intimate partner in life? Yeah. Yeah. See, people don't know. Gohar, that's another complaint yesterday. Oh, Gohar, he gets angry. He got angry. It must be too much coffee. He got angry. Too much coffee. Oh, yeah. Because that's this Brahmin training you guys got out there, some of you. You're Vaidhi here. I'm going to smash all that stuff if you can survive it. If not, go amongst the Vaidhis. Go amongst the hypocrites. Go amongst the dry people out there if you don't like it here. You don't want to be a normal person? Normal, like in life, you can be a normal person, but Krishna is the center of your love and attraction. That's what we do here. You don't like it? Too bad. Go out there and be dry with those dry people and the speculators. Yeah. So Lord Caitanya, see, this is all this is pretty advanced stuff here. You're seeing the Ancha Lila of Chaitanya Bhagavat in living again. So let's see if I can find a pastime here. So pull out the book there, this book here. I'll have you read. Oh yeah, let me look at this table of contents. I can find it this way. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Ancha, there we go. I think I have to search this a little bit. Here, let me, 677. 719, okay. Huh. Maybe it's this other one. Let me try the other. Past 677. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yeah, okay. I can't find it right now, but it's too much time. I'll just tell you the pastime. Basically, there was a Brahmin who comes to Lord Caitanya. He had faith in Lord Caitanya, but he didn't have any. He, his faith was weak in Nityananda because Nityananda was free. He just did whatever he was inspired to do. Sometimes he saw a girl and he'd go, "Will you marry me?" I mean, that's pretty odd, isn't it? Or he'd be sucking on Malini. I mean, you think what I do is odd? That's nothing compared to Nityananda. He was completely unrestricted. He'd rip off his clothes and just walk down the street. And so some people, because they knew Nityananda spiritually, they understood by the power of bhakti, and they were calling him Maharaj and all these things, kind of like you do Gaura Haridas, even though he doesn't seem to fit the bill that these guys promote out there, right? They're calling him, like a sannyasi titles and all that stuff, and he's going around doing strange things. Not abiding by the Vedic traditions or anything. And so one devotee was a Brahmin, and he had great faith in Lord Caitanya because it's like good cop, bad cop. He would he was following as best as he could in his ecstasy, and the Brahmin would say, "Well, okay, he's ecstatic now, but he usually follows the rules strictly and of sannyas, and so I have faith in him," type thing. See? But Nityananda didn't. And so he came to Lord Caitanya, and because he was very doubtful, he was like in anxiety. He says, "Can I ask you a question? Can you resolve this for me? I can't figure this out. This doesn't make sense. Why are they calling Nityananda Maharaj and all of this? He walks with a golden cane instead of a sannyasi danda." Golden cane. This is like people. The rich people. They began to understand the power of Nityananda and see, and they're just like here. People, householders here, they're coming and they want to serve because they realize, wow, this person here is for me. Wants to really help me, and I feel Krishna makes them aware of what's really going on here, and withholds it from these big sannyasis and big Brahmins and gurus, right? But some people could. So they were coming to Nityananda, householders, some people wealthy, they give them diamonds and jewels and all kinds of stuff. And he would sometimes put it on, and just walk down the street, laughing and crying, with a golden cane, walking around, like an important person or, just having fun. And so this Brahmin was confused. He says, what's going on there? How, and you treat him like he's your intimate companion, but he goes against the Vedas, actually. So what's going on there? And so Lord Caitanya said, okay, I'm going to not bewilder you. I'm going to tell you the truth. And I'm just telling you what Lord Caitanya told everybody in case you get confused by what's going on here. And I'm not saying this to justify my behavior or anything. I'm just went into the truth so people can get through and understand the nature of devotees. Sometimes devotees will be inspired to follow the rules perfectly. I don't know, whatever, the Lord puts in their heart. But the main thing is they'll have the same ecstatic, loving ecstasy in their rasa with Krishna. Okay? That's the main thing. Okay? Yeah, so the Lord says, well, in Nityananda, sin does not take birth in him. Okay? Sin doesn't take birth in personalities like Nityananda because of their ecstatic devotion. I'll give you the purport on that. Sin doesn't take birth because when they chant the holy name in great ecstasy, they're purified by their intimacy with the most purest personality in all of the universes, the source of all sources, the creator of creators, the God of gods, the Mahaprabhu of all Prabhus. They have an established eternal relationship, and the Lord keeps them clean in this world. Just like Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva does all kinds of stuff. He goes to crematoriums, and sometimes he even smoking pot and all kinds of things like that. Sits on a woman's lap in public, or she has a woman sit on his lap right there in public and all that. And even in our scriptures, sometimes they're faulted. Daksha, see, Brahmin thing, faulted Shiva. And also Chitraketu was a pious king into the Vedas and that, but he's a pure devotee. But he faulted Shiva once for that. Why are you doing this? It's against the Vedas to have your wife sit on your lap in public like this. This is not right. And so he got cursed and he became a demon in his next life, which is a pastime. Because he was a pure devotee still, so the Lord does all kinds of stuff. That's why you don't know. Bill Gates might be somebody really high and spiritually. You don't know Klaus Schwab. You don't know. This is what the Vedas teach us. Look at Hiranyakashipu. It was one of the, and Hiranyaksha. They were Jai and Vijay, the gatekeepers of Vaikuntha, who got this playful curse of the 4 Kamaras to take 3 births as demons. You know why they had the choice? They could take birth as pure devotees in this world or as demons. They could take 7 births or something. And they thought, well, we don't want to be away from our position too long. So let's do the 3 births as demons. See, devotees can play any part because they're protected by the Lord. I mean, that's the grace you're going to get here, man. The protection of God. And it's wonderful, and that's what we show here, and so the Lord says sin doesn't take birth because of his ecstatic devotion, his bliss, his ecstasy, his intimacy with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. See? But you can't imitate that. You can't imitate that because if you do, karma will take birth. It's like a person like Ajamil. See, Ajamil was just a Brahmin. So he saw the woman, right? And she's beautiful, and lust took birth in his heart. He couldn't get rid of it. It didn't burn off. He was not an ecstatic, blissful devotee. See? So it just piled up in his heart. He ended up, marrying the prostitute, and becoming a very, corrupted person. See, being a Brahmin is not strong enough. Being a Vaidhi Bhakti is not strong enough. Look, the gurus get bewildered by the demons now. See, that strong deception deceives even the gurus. They're out there telling everybody to get that. See, that's a lie, that's an outright lie. There's material motives behind everything those guys are doing in government. See, but they're not protected. Their disciples are not protected. They believe in their leaders, right? They follow them. So the path is not strong enough. So the devotees are protected by their ecstatic relationship with the Lord, and they're also in full knowledge. You see, that's the thing. Like somebody was faulting me yesterday. Oh, you just said, oh, it's all about ecstasy. It's all about ecstasy, and it's all about. And I was thinking, boy, you're really blind. Yeah, it's about ecstasy, but I don't give enough classes in Siddhanta of the highest order that not even 1,000 of these gurus can do? Yeah, it's about ecstasy. Yeah, we all like love, right? But I also love knowledge. I love the absolute truth as it is. I'm here to do good for the world, do better than good. I'm here to facilitate people getting the gift of this intimate, ecstatic relationship with Lord Caitanya that is very rarely given to this world. See? So all those who are affected by what you do, yeah. Why don't you give us a word there, Lalita? What do you give us a reaction?
Yeah, people easily criticize. I had a talk with Fernando this night, during the night. Yeah, they still have the specific idea about how a guru should be, and it's like you say, it's funny. It's really funny. It's like saying God has only one son. He has only, and we have plenty, but he has only one. Guru Maharaj cannot have a girlfriend, but I can. I can be married. I can have a girl, and I can divorce and take another one. We can do everything, but Guru can't do it. What's this? And by the way, uh, it has nothing to do with your mission. It's not. That's not why you're sitting here. You're selling the gold, and if you go to somebody who's selling gold, to a jewel seller, you look at the quality of the gold, at the value. What kind karat is it? 1824. What is the value of the diamonds here? Look at, you don't ask that person, what did you eat this morning? With who did you sleep? It's not logic. It's not logic at all. You just go for the gold, man. That's why you are here, and that's why you're selling. You're selling the body of Lord Caitanya. Good heavens, is that not enough? Is that not enough? Do you have to criticize? Yeah, but you have to. No, I'm getting ecstatic here, guy. I'm crying and I'm flying and I'm happy. And what does Sri Agora Haridas is doing in his private life, it's not your business. It's not your business at all. Yeah. No, I don't hear what you say. You
Oh, yeah.
muted
Yeah,
your
I
mic.
said that probably for Fernando's benefit. Just like, remember, I used the F word that when I first used nobody, and then everybody, Janaki, it's not a mode of goodness thing. So it's good because you got attachments to the way you think things are supposed to be, and because I told him, I said, listen, a lot of people lost faith in Prabhupada when they found out he was addicted to snuff. See, so you base your faith on a faulty foundation of what their habit is or whatever, and he kept it private. Only a few people knew. And so, but that's, it comes out eventually, and it did. And some people lost faith, and they used that. Oh, you see, he's not really bona fide because he snuff is tobacco, and he made sure he traveled with his snuff can. You see, and he's private in his room. He's doing that, but nobody knew much. It was only the intimate servants. So, but people have that idea. Oh, you see, you got to be perfect to be an acharya. You know, actually, we're that next phase, because if you don't come here, regardless of what I do or don't do, you don't get this, because nobody is transmitting this. Nobody has got the authority. They're not Amway distributors, man. You got to go to the person who has the product, right? It goes in that, we're authorized distribution from Prabhupada too, and Krishna. Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's always the same lesson. It always comes back. Don't eat from the tree of good and bad. You don't have to judge. Good, we are here to go transcendental, and you forget all the rest. It is, it's so little. It has no value.
Yeah, like Shamaguri says, well, a pure devotee doesn't have any material desires. You see, you missed the whole point. So you either get the gift and you live in the bliss of this relationship, forget about whether you're pure, because that becomes a hindrance. That was what St. Paul was dealing with. He because he was a Pharisee, he had this little thing. He said, well, why aren't I perfect? Why do I have this weakness? And Jesus said, my glory is perfected in your weakness. Otherwise, you'll glory in yourself and not in me, not in the truth. That's when you got, Jesus also gave the gift. If you just had belief, it says, if you believe in me and you believe in that word, in that conception that he taught, which we probably don't know that much of because of the corruption of those books. It's 2,000 years, and look what they're doing to Prabhupada's books already. Thousands of changes in just 50 years. Could you imagine 2,000 years? Yeah.
Yeah, it is the blindness of the pride one to say, I have no material desires, because how blind can you be not to see from yourself how many material desires you have?
Yeah, and it's not even about that. It's like, get the gift and worship the Lord with pure loving ecstasy. That's what, those who get the gift and they're, regardless of their position, they can worship the Lord with a pure heart. When I'm worshiping Lord, I'm not thinking, how much money can I get from you? I'm not thinking, how much worship can I get from my disciples? I'm just loving being close to the Lord, because that's what it is. That's in everybody. The Lord wants to give that to people, regardless of their position. And look like, Fernando was saying, well, Govinda, look, he was so ecstatic, yeah, because he has faith in the truth. See, you're having problems and the doubt and all of that stuff, and that's what it is, and that's okay, because let's finish this belief, faith in a flimsy foundation. Otherwise anybody will come and say, well, you see, he's got that fault, and you'll go, well, I don't believe anymore because he's not a perfect sannyasi type. Yeah, no, that's okay. I'll destroy all your faith in your house of cards. That's part of the job. And then you put your faith on the foundation of truth. See? Even they tried to pull this with Jesus. One guy come, oh, you're so good, Jesus. And he said, no, there's none good but the Father. See, none transcendental but the Father. Don't worry about, looking to see I'm so good. Then I got to live up to some material idea, fictitious idea of what is a devotee. Devotee has devotion, has gotten the gift, man. Take the gift. Otherwise, look what Narayan Raj is preaching. Look at the Radhakund Babaji. Look at the ISKCON's preaching. Oh, you got to be worthy, man. Yeah. You got to work your way to back to Godhead by doing your fasts and everything. No, you don't. You got to just receive the gift when the gift is available, and it's available here. That's all. Just come here and start getting purified, where you come and you start to feel pure, your burdens going, because you're hearing the real truth that they hide. All of them hide. They're all corrupted, more or less, just by taking the name spiritual master, but haven't mastered the spirit. That's hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. If you can't call Krishna and he doesn't come, you're not a spiritual master in our line. It's time for people to know that. What is this? That's hypocrisy. Spiritual master means spiritual master. Crying school means crying school. Right? You know? Bhakti Vedanta means Vedanta from pure love of God. His holiness means God lives inside you as your intimate partner. His grace means that grace of the transcendental Lord is in you. It's time for the truth. Let's give our foundation on grace, not on hypocrisy. Oh, His holiness? What holiness is in these people? You show me the holiness. The holiness. You show me the wholeness. You show me the other half of that devotee, which is Radha and Krishna, the love of God inside them, living inside them. You show me that. Well, what does it look like? Well, you don't know because these gurus can't tell you. They can't show you. They can't teach you. All they can do is speculate on the path. But it shows up just like in the book, man. What Lord Caitanya showed, what Nityananda showed, what their real followers showed, ecstasy, tears pouring out of their eyes, laughing like madmen and women, jumping around, having a great rave. That's real, isn't it? That's the foundation, man. That's the original love of Krishna brought as a gift by Lord Caitanya. It's time to go back to the original teaching now. On the order of Prabhupada, he told me, what you're doing has my full approval. You're doing exactly what I want you to do, showing that I'm his disciple. You do more of that. Hey, look at the results. By their fruits they shall be known. What kind of fruit do you want from these gurus? Do you want ecstatic devotion that was originally given by Lord Caitanya? Well, that ain't there. It wasn't there with Narayan Raj, wasn't there with the Radhakund Babajis, wasn't there for this kind, but it's here now in this Sangha. You see the fruits of that already fructifying in some devotees. What an inspiring place. Can you imagine? You come to Krishna here and you get Krishna. Not some fake fool's gold for fools and neophytes and babies. You come here, you get gold and diamonds and jewels, and the lottery you win. Let it rain down, Glacier storm. Yeah. What else there, Lalita?
Can I read what Govinda wrote here?
Yeah, read it.
When you make such comments, oh, you had a beer, oh, you had a girlfriend, you remind of the religious bigots in the film Mary Magdalene. Maria from Magdala, yeah. Mm-hmm. She is washing the feet of Jesus Christ with her tears.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we should be looking at, is where's that pure love? Where are the symptoms of that? She goes into the room and she's intimately washing Jesus' feet with great ecstatic love awoken. And he even said, all your sins are forgiven by your love. There you go. That's what Lord Caitanya said. Sin doesn't take birth in Nityananda because of his ecstatic devotion. He said the same thing to Mary Magdalene. Oh, because of your love, all your sins, and there are many, are gone, finished, because of your love. That's what it's all about. Can you imagine? They have no idea. In all of those groups, it's about the awakening of ecstatic love. That's what Lord Caitanya brought. That understanding and conception he brought here, the highest conception. And whoever listened to him and entered into his intimate association got it. Okay? And otherwise, you get what these guys give you. Rules, regulations, fasting. You can become a great renunciate, and you get some powers from that too. You can live in that room like that lady I told you. She could stay in a room and let mosquitoes bite her in a hot sun, but no bhakti. There are others in that group, and they're impressed with that. It's for neophytes. Ooh, wow, she's really there. But no symptoms of ecstatic devotion. Amazing. The main thing. And you can get that without having to do all that stuff. Who wants mosquitoes biting you? Who wants to stay in a hot room without a fan? It's, there's ego, false ego in that. Why not just put the friggin' fan on? No. See, there's always a motive to appear important. Oh, wow. I'm living then that people will worship me. Can you imagine? These motives are subtle and you can't get rid of them that way. Yeah. Why would anybody stay in a room with a fan and not turn it on just to and have people say and see, wow, she stays in a room. She must be a pure devotee. Let's worship her. But there's no bhakti. I went to the Mangal Artis, the most boring thing I ever had. Yeah. No praise of ecstatic devotion. No manifestation of it. Just rules, regulations, and fastings and hard work. Her poor disciple. The guy, she was so heavy with him, and he told me. I remember I stayed overnight in the ashram. Oh, it's so hard to serve Krishna. It's so hard. And I thought, wow. Yeah. He's one of those who he would have dreams and he would get knowledge, the Bhagavatam stuff, and he'd give these Bhagavat Saptas, and they thought, oh, he's so advanced and everything. But it's what I say, you got to, who's giving you that information? If you're getting information and it's lifting you to the ecstatic platform, great. But, he wasn't ecstatic at all. Yeah. So people, they don't know. That's why everybody, this is we're proving we have the original Lord Chaitanya's grace. We have the original Lord Chaitanya's intention. We have the white paper, white as snow paper, and you'll get it, man. You get the original conception of what Lord Chaitanya was bringing to the world, this love of Krishna. It's great. We have to show it. Otherwise we can't preach it. It'll just be another rule thing for more generations, right? Because that's all you see on the stage of the world. See, like Shakespeare says, all the world's a stage. But if you don't see love of God on the stage, it's not available, right? That's the problem with ISKCON and all these groups. It's all no show. Oh, we can't show you that intimate thing. So it's not in the marketplace. People don't, then if they see it, they go against it usually, like they did with Lord Caitanya. That's why you got to preach it vigorously. It's the guy with the Bitcoin thing. He's also very vigorous. He's taking everybody to court even too. He's out there proving, man. He's got a lot of energy. Krishna inspired the guy. Lord has many servants on different levels too.
This is just a special message. This is the happy message. It comes like lightning. Boof! Now everything is gonna change, man. You can receive that spirit. You can be saved now. So forget now all the rest. Just here, and you can prove that in the books. That's why Lord Chaitanya came. It's not because you don't know it, because that's all. Yeah, but I know. No, you don't know. You don't know how it was with Chaitanya. You don't know it at all. Srila Gaura Haridas will bring it to you. And the proof is the prem that he's giving to you. And the fact that devotees are growing and becoming more and more ecstatic. But as long as you think that you know it, it won't work, because then you won't have faith in this new message.
That's what it comes down to, because you got to, even logically, you got to see the real mission of Lord Caitanya isn't to just promote Vaidhi Bhakti forever. That was only to get people interested, but to come to ultimately to this point, this is the will of Lord Caitanya now. This is the will of Prabhupada. Everybody will be benefited by this teaching now. because we're teaching it. You know? And whoever, the Lord sends who he, draws. It could be a generational thing. If this is kept going by the real line, people who stay on this love of Krishna, the pure thing, without the corrupting, then it continues. Otherwise, the Lord, the Lord as a devotee or as himself, he can do anything he wants. But it's always, even the devotee, it's the Lord doing it through them, as them, and promoting this, because this is how this is his pastime in Kali Yuga. This particular Kali Yuga, not all Kali Yugas get this grace. Proof is, look what we're doing here in the midst of this horrible stuff happening. Look we have this so much love of Krishna developing here in our little Sangha and inspiring more and more people, coming. Yeah. And getting them through the purification, where people go through stuff. Yeah. So Fernando, he's lucky that I'm doing like this. Who would purify him? Who would get rid of his false ideas about what is a real devotee? He thinks, well, you say, oh, you should keep my faith going, by playing a part, basically. Just pretend that you didn't have a girlfriend and all that stuff. No, bullshit, man. I'm not here to hide things. What you see is what you get, man. And no, actually, you get the purification.
Yeah. You should be a hypocrite, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, I should be a hypocrite like these guys. No, I don't. If you want to be with them, if you have faith, more faith in that. I'll keep the ecstasy and the real knowledge, and my faith is on that foundation. You want a foundation that, they're bona fide because they're follow all the rules so perfectly. But they got no friggin' bhakti, like that lady I said in the Rainrush. Oh, she's such a pure devotee, but no bhakti. All they got is renunciation, austerities, everything. They could even be sincere about it, but they still don't got any bhakti because her guru never showed it, never taught it. See, even we're here to benefit everybody. I'm here to benefit her if she's still alive. This is the real deal. We got the jewel here. The jewel ain't renunciation and having followers. Oh, you're so great. No, that ain't the jewel, man. No, intimacy with the Lord, and the ecstasy of that, and the knowledge of that, all this communion, the intimate understanding. Like when you develop a relationship with a person in this world, the more you relate, the more you know about them, the more your love grows. But you do this with God, and it's a pure thing. In the world, the more you know them, the more it's like, what am I doing with this person? Sometimes, not all, a lot of times. What am I doing with this person? This person, he had motives getting in a relationship with me. I didn't see that before. Hey, man, welcome to the world, especially Kali Yuga. See, but isn't this great, Lalita? This pure relationship with the Lord. He doesn't mislead us. He doesn't misguide us. He protects us. He purifies us, even though we might get in a little trouble sometimes. I'm a bit of a troublemaker. I get into trouble. Explore, like a little child explores things in the world. Like a little kid, they put this in their mouth and this and that.
Yeah, but the gold you're giving is perfect. It's Krishna who's perfect. That's the only perfect one, and we depend on that.
Yeah, you come here, you get that relationship that I got. Wouldn't you like that? It's great. You don't have to put on airs, get in, the false ego, you got to get through. That's a very thick layer. The false ego of false identification, of pride, being competitive with the truth. Even in mode of goodness, you're in competition with the truth. See, mode of goodness is rules, regulations. See, worship of Vishnu, regulative devotional service, is in competition with ecstatic devotees. Okay? So that's why we rubbed some devotees the wrong way who are attached to the mode of goodness and oh no, and your misconception. Oh, a pure devotee has no material desire. See, so then therefore you go to the guys who are trying to pretend they got no material desires. That's not it. A pure devotee has the gift of love of God, pure love of God. They're not into speculation. See, I like to read the book as it is. I really do, and present it as it is. And you know it because it's pretty unpopular, right? Oh, why are you exposing all that? Why not just let it sweep under the carpet, the dirt? Why don't you just let it, That's what I got. I was in Radhakund, man. There's a guy, a hitting. He's a guru, man, making disciples. And he was a pedophile. And he was being, they were there. Well, yeah, he's like this, but let's not like kick the guy out of Radhakund, isn't that with a dirty person like that? Is even in a person but they don't. No, let's just keep him. He's still in well, he's dead now, probably. Just good riddance. But that's what, this is Vaishnavism. This is not, and they think that's the highest mentality. That's why people lose faith. I said, the guy, hey man, why are you, and one of his disciples hated me. She would look at me because she was so contaminated and that guru was hitting on her child. And she didn't like me because I rejected the guy. See, people contaminated. That's why they won't like me saying, hey, if these gurus have no love of God, they're not qualified to be spiritual master. They can't lead you to the kingdom. It's the blind leading the blind. They don't like that. No, I don't want to. See? Hey man, you come here, you're getting a Jesus type preaching, and that's just how it is. A Lord Caitanya type preaching, Nityananda type preaching, Book of John type preaching. Jesus was rejected because he told the truth. And you know what it says, Book of John, first chapter there, Many rejected him because he told the truth. He told the truth is the real light. Light is not what you see the sun. That ain't strong enough. Vaidhi is not strong enough. A lot of your leaders, you're doing Vaidhi under these leaders that are hypocrites. That's not, it doesn't expose that their leadership is faulty. See, it's not strong enough light. The light is the conclusive truth. See, exposes the real leadership. Then it's like it's the truth that sets you free. If I was preaching not something that was not truth, then it would, it becomes apparent. Truth will set you free. So that's the real light in this world. So Jesus, they said, those who accepted the word of Jesus, accepted his teaching, accepted his word, were born of that word. See, born, what was born? See, the Holy Spirit. Love, pure love was born of that word. See, not born of flesh and blood. See, born up. See, the upwards. See, this is the Krishna birth, the Christ birth, born of the Christ, the Krishna, Christ, means same thing. The love of God. See, Jesus started it. Lord Caitanya finished it. And then it went underground for a while. And we're reviving it to finish it. See, finish it so that you're a complete whole person. What are you doing in this material universe after that? Only to preach. What else is there for such a devotee? To relish, while you're here. I mean, isn't it? It's an amazing thing. This is called, you become a Leela, an empowered Leela avatar. That's why they worship. They're worshipped by the demigods. A real devotee of Lord Caitanya is worshipped by the greatest demigods because they're an empowered Leela avatar working on behalf of the highest conception of the absolute truth ever brought to this world. And they bring it again. Remember Gopakumara, when he went to Vrindavan, he was just a simple cowherd type person, but he had this deep, natural, ecstatic affection for Gopal, his intimate friend. And as he's going up through all the layers of the material universe, he was worshipped by all the great demigods because of that attachment. That attachment is given here, man. You think it's great to be a guru? No, it's fantastic to be attached to Krishna. This intimate, ecstatic friendship, this love of Krishna that's being manifested here right before your eyes is fantastic, is the greatest thing in all the universes. And you worry about if I go and find a girlfriend sometime. Okay, I ain't gonna be looking so much. Too much trouble, man. I feel weak. Why would I want to do something that weakens the heart? Hopefully, I'm finished with that. Unless somebody that's a high devotee, man, whose heart's purified by ecstatic devotion, then we might be able to have some fun. But otherwise. It's easier. Isn't it easier alone there, Lolita? A lot easier.
Yeah.
Less
Nobody can contaminate you, and you cannot contaminate anybody. So
when you make some, okay, what else? You read some other things there.
Sim says, when I admitted this week to Krishna that I don't know and give it up, yeah, I said it in my class, or in Yamuna's class, I don't remember. So when I said I don't know and I give it up, there was immediately room in my heart to fill the cup.
There is immediately what?
Room in my heart to fill the cup.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise you think you know and there's no room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shamaguri says, how is it possible that devotees, although they have and show ecstatic symptoms, which are the highest and most of love showing, still have material desires like sexual desires? You just explained it.
Yeah, because it's not like it's a bad thing or it's independent. Sexual desire, see, again, you're thinking that it's about renunciation. No, you could be a normal person, have love of God, get the gift, and you still love God, and you still might have sexual. How else can they Is it, well, God comes to the world, oh, there's no more procreation, no more. If you don't feel the sex impulse, how are you going to procreate the world? Yeah. What I've seen in Krishna consciousness is everybody repressing all these things, and they miserable. No, if you have sex desire, so what? This is the thing. You've been taught wrong. I don't care. This is by sannyasi types. Even Prabhupada might have said things like this is but that it's not like that. It's the devotion. You can have, it's like saying you shouldn't have material desire. Material desire, I'm hungry, I want to eat something. Oh, you shouldn't have that. You would die. You wouldn't be able to digest anything if you had no hunger. You wouldn't be able to procreate if you had no desire for sex. It's normal and healthy. It's okay. And when you have this love of Krishna, everything is in balance. You don't go running. I'm here in Playa. I could be running around, all these beautiful women. just okay, beautiful women. That's all right. They're beautiful materially. So what? A little attractive. Maybe something like, oh, in the heart. Chant Hare Krishna, ecstasy, I'm free. I'm cool. Stay cool. Not like overheated. Balanced. See, that's real to me. I don't want to be this all or nothing thing. I'm just not that type. And see, again, you got this Vitae thing. That's why I have to keep you a little bit, like this. You're sorry, Shamaguri, you're a little contaminated with this Vitae mentality.
Are they really? How are they themselves? Look in the mirror, please.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah.
Be honest, finally.
I don't want to be too close to contaminated. You got to get purified first. Of that, it's the conceptions. I don't like inconclusiveness. No, you can have love of God as long as you're not a speculator. That's why we got love of God. We don't speculate. And I'm not a fruitive worker like I'm trying to build a huge empire. You see these ministers, a lot of them, they're fruitive. They like big mansions. They want to live in big mansions and have jets and all that stuff. Now that's material. That's like excessive. And they use religion to get that. That's mixed. It really is a mixed thing. Yeah. I worship Krishna, and what comes. I've been like this since a long time, in the 70s. Yeah, sometimes I have enough, sometimes not enough. So sometimes, like now, things are coming a little bit, and I got a comfortable situation. Sometimes it's a little uncomfortable. What are you going to do? Life changes. But I like this. I'm comfortable with this relationship, really comfortable, getting more comfortable with it. Yeah.
Listen to the pure word for what the pure word can do for you.
See, Samaguri and everybody else, Fernando, if you have faith that a pure devotee doesn't have desires, they may or may not. I don't know. Maybe it depends on what Krishna puts in their heart or they have or whatever. I don't know. But if you have faith in that, then you would lose faith. I told you the snuff thing. So Prabhupada had a desire to do snuff. He was addicted to it. Tobacco is addicting. He carried his snuff. He didn't show anybody other than his intimate servants had to see it. That's why he got out eventually. So what, are you going to lose faith in Prabhupada because he was addicted to snuff? Because your concept, the pure devotee, has no material desires? Well, he had a desire to do snuff. It's very addictive. If I do any tobacco, I'll be an addict. Everybody, you're gonna, it's more addictive than heroin. That's why he was addicted to it. So are you going to give up Prabhupada now because he wasn't your high standard? Some people have, because they don't see. No, I have the standard that he was an ecstatic devotee and he had conclusive understanding. He wrote beautiful books that inspire me, that purify my heart. No, that's what I look at. I don't look at this other stuff. See, this is the real. We're here to fluff that out. Bhakti Vinod, there's a story in his diary. He meets this Shiva worshiper. And this Shiva worshiper was a chain smoker. He was always one after another. But he did japa, and he was an ecstatic devotee. He considered him, a realized soul, Bhakti Vinod. And he was smoking like this. And Bhakti Vinod at the person was going to die, and he knew the time he was going to die too. He said, I'm going to leave this body at a certain time. So everybody was around. And right before he went to leave his body, he started to chain smoke a lot. He just one after another. And then Bhaktivinoda was there watching, and he was a Shiva worshiper. He would chant japa of Shiva's name. And so he pointed out, Bhaktivinoda, he said, you're going to be a great Vaishnava. I give you the blessing to be you're going to be a great Vaishnava, do wonderful things. And he, did. And Bhaktivinoda honored him as a pure devotee. See, so bhakti is a great full of mysteries. You have to hear it from a devotee who understands these things by personal experience. Bhaktivinoda taught about it in one of his books. He said pure devotees can be like the Ganges. The Ganges, they purify. You take your bath there, you purify. But if you see stuff floating in there, like in a devotee, you might see material desires, or they're odd, or whatever you don't understand. You see stuff floating in there, like some garbage, maybe even stool, but you think, oh, that's an impure place now. I'm not going to take my bath there. I'm not going to push it away, see, and just take my bath there. Or I'm not going to come to this Sadhu Sangha because Gohari had an experience with a girlfriend. See, you're going to miss the gold, right? You're going to miss the purification, right? Isn't it the same thing? This is practical Bhaktivinoda teaching, man. This is how it really works. This is stuff they were put in their books, but no, didn't preach. But now I take those books, extract this juice, man, and squirt it out. Just squirt you Brahman types, you Vaidhi types who come here. Just squirt it all over you, man. This is the festival of lights, the light of truth. You ever see that? Everybody's put on the show. They believe in that stuff. That is the most boring thing to me. All putting the shows on, show bottle. You don't really know the devotee. They can't be natural. They're always oh Prabhu, oh Prabhu, oh Prabhu. I don't want to be offensive, Prabhu, Go ahead, Lily.
Krishna is so strong, so powerful, so loving, so embracing. He makes it so nice to be with him. That taste is so high. And little by little, your love for him becomes so much stronger and stronger and stronger. You have less desires for other things. And if you still have desire, he doesn't stop embracing you,
Yeah, exactly.
You everything. You've got to believe in him, in his power, in his love, and you've got to desire to leave that pride away and to say, "Oh, I really depend on that.
Yeah.
I really depend on that mercy. I want to receive that mercy, and I'm a zero. I'm a zero. I'm a nothing at all." But he embraces me. I'm so grateful for that, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is to be in Krishna and Krishna's love being in you, love for that Lord. Because if that's not in you, you're not whole, you're not awakened yet. That's what's going on here. You see whole people who their other half is Krishna. See, because the love for that Lord is awakened in them. So how does it practically? They chant the Hare Krishna mantra with great affection and ecstatic affection. That's proof that of the fructification of prema, of devotion, when these symptoms begin to arise. And that's what it's all about. I mean, it's not about what you do externally. It's about what is happening internally, isn't it? Isn't it? Because if you have this pure love for the Lord, it's pure love for the Lord. And then whatever else, like you say, it's just in due course, the fan slows down and, you do what you do, whatever. But still, you got love for the Lord. You're qualified to enter the kingdom of God because the book even says, Nectar Devotion, Prabhupada, summary study. Those who do devotional service in ecstasy. Is Lalita doing devotional service in ecstasy? Okay. Those who are at that stage of ecstasy. And she's doing more than that. She's not more than ecstatic to the point of prema type symptoms. So those who do this kind of devotional service are qualified to enter the kingdom of God. That's what Prabhupada said. But these gurus, if they're not doing devotional service in ecstasy that you could see visibly, they're not qualified to enter the kingdom of God. My disciples, many are already, they got their passport and visa to Vrindavan in Mayapur. I mean, the real one, not the one for neophytes, where you go there and they're looking at, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you cried this. No, you're at a crying school, and we don't cry at the crying school. That's neophyte, babies, children. Yeah, you do devotional service in ecstasy. Many devotees here. Yeah, go ahead, Lalita.
I received the mercy in 2017. 6 months later, I had a relationship with Balaram. Do you think that Krishna took something away? No, I kept on growing. That's a proof. I kept on growing and growing and growing. That made no difference, zero difference.
Yeah. Yeah, the ecstatic love was there. And it just that's the gift Lord Caitanya gave, because you came to the right place. Yeah. What else did people, anybody else saying anything here?
I can see Shamakori says, Dear Gurudev, you have given the prema to certain devotees in our Sangha, but not to me.
Yeah. Well, we're see, by regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam and by service to the devotee, all that's troublesome to the heart. See, what's troublesome? The false ego. These ideas, you thinking the way it's supposed to be. Otherwise, and so you're on probation, obviously. So it's, and this is the purification. See? So by you showing that you have faith in your guru, and these things are eradicated, see, this is causing you troubles. Troubles with your moving deeper, and also with the devotees. So this is part of the process of removing the troubles. The troubles are misconceptions. Otherwise, if you keep those misconceptions, what it would be is you'll be trying to control your guru, because he's not fitting your misconceptions. Same thing with Fernando. If he keeps those misconceptions, or you keep your then you're fighting to control for control. That you could be in like in the mode of goodness even. You're saying, no, a devotee is supposed to be like this, and I believe it's like this. So if you surrender to this conception, which is really true, and I try to prove it to you, show it to you, prove it to you, and everything. And if you surrender more to these things, if you still think, no, it's not that way, I'm going to see, you're holding on, and there's no room for this word. You see the difference between, look at Lalita. Do you have any controversy with what I said? Do you feel it's like, it makes sense?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So as you dump these misconceptions, there'll be more room for tasting these words and these truths and this bhakti, because this is wonderful stuff. This is nectar. The truth is nectar, man. Yeah. So, but if there's got to be room for that nectar, because this part of it is you listen and when you start releasing those ideas that all about bhakti and the way it is and the way pure devotees are supposed to be. That's false ego. It's not that way. It's speculation. It's what you picked up from these gurus, or even your misconception of what, the thing is that you read in Prabhupada's books and all that stuff. You can't put it all together. It takes a genius, a very intimate associate of the Lord, to understand even Prabhupada's books properly. Much less Bhakti Vinods, and the Goswami books, which I also preach from, and Chaitanya Postgraduate. You think you can teach the teacher? See, otherwise, if you do that, you'll end up. I lost. I don't believe I'm better than that. I'll go out and I'll find some real devotees like ISKCON or these and be conned. What a great name, ISKCON. It's what it is now. It's living up to that name. You're a con now. Is a con. Yeah, you're being conned, man. It ain't the real thing.
It's contaminated.
Yeah, it's time for the real thing now. I don't care. That's the old time stuff. If you're ready to move on, otherwise, you got a long journey there with all the groups, Radhakund Babaji's and the Narayan Raj group in ISKCON. You got a long journey. You want to cut it down, you come here and listen to this preaching. And when you see this is reasonable, this is logical, more logical than that. This is experiential. This is the real conception of Lord Chaitanya's teachings here. And nowhere else have I seen them taught like this. You come here long enough, you'll see. What else we got there?
Sim says, the Guru gives many times the mercy. Well, actually, always, but I was too hard-hearted to let the seed grow. Could that be possibly for you? He replies to Shamakori.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and this is part of it. That's why you come regularly, so and listen openly and analyze. I mean, really look deeply at this, and So what else?
Says, Krishna's love will ultimately purify every anartha. It's a gradual process. Full awakening doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, and so the Lord's given us help. He's given us this love for Him to quicken our purification. That's why people are in a fast track here. Okay, what else?
Yeah, so I need to go to Facebook back now. Johan, I see the comment of Johan. He says, if one thinks as a Vaidhi, then actually nobody can be a pure devotee, because in this world, one will always kill other living beings. On walks, breath one is killing, and killing is offensive. I think it's an example that he gives.
Yeah.
And he says there is so a big understand what is a pure devotee. I know what he means. There is so a big misunderstanding.
Big misunderstanding. It's because pure bhakti is a great secret. And until you hear it from an actual bhakta who knows personally these deep secrets, if you don't accept their explanation and their ecstasy, then it's hidden from you too, like it's hidden from those who also don't. They don't listen to the real devotees. They listen to their own minds and speculations and the speculations of other inexperienced devotees who don't have the real devotion yet. Yeah. What else?
Jiddu then asks, should you only have intercourse to create life? And Sim answers, no, you need to practice first.
Yeah. Because how many marriages that's screwed up in ISKCON, because because they only can have sex just to have babies, and then that's it, and then this is partners and need more sex, because it's just how it is, and so then they would get divorces or get strange mentalities. Oh God, it's horrible.
I've
And
heard many stories.
Oh God, yeah. And matter of fact, I remember this over in the Gorgovinda group, after Gorgovinda left or something, maybe even before, who knows? Because you're not supposed to have sex desire with women. You're not supposed to be sexual with women. It's against the Vedas, right? You got to so they started doing homosex because it's not with a woman. It's okay with a man. See, same,
We are the
same.
dirt. We are the dirt.
Weird shit, man.
Or they marry ugly women so
Yeah.
they wouldn't have sex desires.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And it's easy then to sleep in separate rooms then.
Yeah, it's easy that way. Yeah, marry an ugly one.
Come on.
Yeah. So anyway, that's religion, man. It's just not perfect. There's problems with it. Okay, what else do we got?
Francis says it's hard to live together on one address with a woman.
Yeah, I had this one Christian lady, and she started to say, because she thought, you're 70 years old, maybe, and then I started to see the motives, I thought, a nice Christian girl, maybe we can have some fun, and talk, have some nice talks, and she said, oh yeah, where do you keep your money, because she was thinking, if I get in with this guy, maybe he'll die or something, or I thought maybe she'll poison me or something. I started like, why is she asking these questions? You got money, or how do you live, and all that. And I thought, oh, interesting.
Ding dong, ding dong.
and I thought, boy, man. And she wanted to come over a lot, see what's going on here and all that. I said, oh, interesting. So it's just, and she was a nice Christian, but still they got motives, It's like, yeah. I thought I ain't gonna stay with it. That's all I need is like this, kill me in my sleep or something, because in Mexico they're really poor, anything can happen. See? So that I just learned about even Christians, and she said I have ecstatic experience and all that, but they can't get rid of this stuff. It's all mixed in because of their association. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of mixtures and stuff, and so anyway, who needs that?
The reason why people want a partner is sometimes woo, very mixed, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for material reasons, a lot.
Yeah,
it's money and having a better position. Is that pure then?
Yeah, it's just natural for people in the world, So.
Oh my God, yeah. I can't imagine.
Yeah, the whole world is like, just people have, they have motives.
Yeah, I know that.
Material. That's why, when I was even in Vrindavan or Mayapur, I learned not to be close with locals, even though, Vrijavasi bullshit, man. They got motives, man. And they think, oh, you're a person from the West and we can exploit you, get money from you. And it was horrible. I would, if I make friends with some of these Vrijavasis, I felt my heart, being contaminated by their association. And you're supposed to you're taught, oh, they're Vrijavasi. How do you know they're Vrijavasi? In their generations, a lot of them just move there and then oh yeah, we're Vrijavasis. Who knows? It's Kali Yuga, man. Dacoits, they wear a sannyasi thing. A lot of these people in religion, Vaishnava religion, they're like dacoits. They come in, they just, exploit people. Yeah. So anyway, the Lord, we're in the right place, man. We have the gift that purifies our heart. What more do you want? You get God as your intimate friend, just like Arjuna. Arjuna had the Lord as his intimate friend. We get the same kind of relationship. You know? Yeah, that's what we're here to promote. We promote something that's a great secret. You know, this devotion, this bhakti, you know, it's the only thing that attracts the Lord from the spiritual dimension here into your heart, is that awakening of that dormant love of Krishna. That's our work here, man. That's our forte. That's why you got to come here, Shamaguri and Shim, regularly. Make room for this. Make room, make straight the path of the Lord. You got to listen a lot. See, these conversations are not inspired by rules, regularly, inspired by ecstatic worship, spontaneous discourse here. Yeah. This is under the inspired word of God is really true. What do you think it means, inspired word of God? The Bible was written as the inspired word of God. Thus saith the word, Lord. And that's, you find a real devotee, that's how it is. What they say is important. The Lord uses them to dispense important information relevant to the time, place, and circumstance. We're building bridges here for people. Okay, what else? Anybody else say anything?
Chitu then says, you can make a deep one from this. Do you need to love yourself before you can love someone else?
You make a deep one from it.
Well, yeah. If you know your real self, your deep real self, that happens when you know the Lord. And then you're really capable to love others, really capable. Then it gives a complete transformation. You're in peace, and your love is unconditioned. And yeah, it changes yourself.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people, they think loving the false ego is loving themselves. That's the thing. That's a new age level. You know,
Yeah.
new age level, you got to love yourself first before you love God. I have to laugh because they just don't know how that's the loving the false ID. It's like loving the mask. I got to love the mask, man. You know, love the mask and accept the mask. You know, so people are like confused still because think about it. When you start to become really realizing your position, there's the sun and the sun ray. So, where is the source of the sun ray? Is it in some false ID? No, the sun ray looks back to the sun. See, where's the source of its power? We're built like that ultimately. See? So, what people have done is they stopped looking at the sun, the transcendental sun. They're looking at external, at the Maya. We're in this world. See, devotee, real devotee, looks at the sun, the transcendental sun. See, that's the name, the qualities, and the personality of Godhead and his attributes, his behaviors. They're all transcendental. We're looking at that transcendental sun. It's the truth, it's the light, the conception. See, the world, they're looking at the material representation, the twisted version of that sun. It's all to do with its forms, bodies. See, it forms also relationships you have with material bodies of people, you know, and you put your time with that, you know, and energy and your focus, and you develop material love for that which is of this world, and you become worldly. See, worldly minded, but that's false identification. We're actually meant to look to the sun and be empowered by the transcendental Lord. That's the bona fide guru. If you're not connected like that and empowered by the sun to speak conclusive truth and have the ecstatic emanation from that, then you're not real spiritual master in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line. You're not a deliverer. You're not a high quality guru. You cannot give high quality relationship. You cannot give high quality treasure of this relationship. It's that simple. Okay? If I'm really connected to the transcendental sun, the transcendental potency, then if I chant Hare Krishna, the Lord will manifest the fruit of that love of God in me. Otherwise not. And I'm just cheating you because you don't have proper knowledge. Nobody's told you what I tell people here. Your gurus can't tell you because that would expose their position as not being authorized. See, material motivation there. Or ignorance. They could be ignorant. There are a lot of people, like, use the Bitcoin analogy. There's a lot of people who have faith in this $35,000 coin. I also, because I thought, okay, it's the real thing. It says it's Bitcoin, right? Oh, everybody's saying that, millions of people, oh yeah, this is the real thing. And, so I thought, well, it's probably the real thing. And then somebody gives me some information and sets me on a journey. Oh, there's something that's also saying it's the real thing. And I have to examine that. And I went through 2 stages. So I examined this thing. It was called, they have Bitcoin, BTC, and then they have Bitcoin Cash. And I thought, now I found the real thing. And I examining, right? I thought, yeah, it was better actually. And also cheaper. And they were all saying, oh, don't look at this other coin. It was called Bitcoin BSV. It's another thing they call a fork. And don't look at that. Don't look at that. But then I thought, well, why don't I look at it? Let me examine it. And I looked, and I thought, my God. And then I look at that, and then it gives me the deep knowledge, because it's the real thing, to look at the original source called the white paper. And the others would say, don't look at the white paper, don't look at this other things. No, it's all, just go with our ideas. Don't go with your intelligence. See? So when I found the original, I found the most intelligent persons who are also, even though they're the underdogs, but they're committed because they're intelligent and they know it's for real, and they don't care that it's worth less, but it's honest. It's real. It conforms to the original. See, I thought, yeah, that's the way it should be. Who cares? So I sold all that other stuff, and I go with the real thing. I rather have what's real. So you apply that to bhakti. You people take a lesson from Bitcoin with bhakti. It's the same thing, same idea. The original white paper is Prabhupada's books and the Goswami books. This is where it originated. And Bhakti Vinod, especially, too, his books. See, and so teaching from that now brings you back to the original. See, now you get the original dispensation of love of Krishna that Lord Caitanya brought with Nityananda and his real followers back then. Don't you want the original bhakti, original conception, the original mercy, the original, gift of this prema? And you could see, like Shamaguri and Sim, you see, it's a process. You got to empty this stuff out so that you can get what Lalita has, or I have, or Govinda has, and so many others, Janaki's, on and on. More and more people getting it. It's a process. You got to follow the process, and it works. Yeah, so keep being honest. I like that. You share your truth. Give me something. It's like having a target. Thank you for the target, man. I need targets, man. How can I do any target practice if I don't have a target? People, they're not showing the target. Keep it in the back. I can't see a target. So good, you bring it up. So yeah, bring out your truth there, Shamaguri. I like it. Gives me a target. Don't worry about other people not accepting, or give you a hard time. Yeah. What else?
Um, Fanny says, original white paper. I love that. You're so original. Well, yeah, Krishna.
I was
Krishna
wondering
is.
why Krishna put me in this bhakti thing, I mean, the Bitcoin thing. Yeah, but it's it's just it's amazing parallels, that and Bitcoin and bhakti. It's sort of the same B, the two B's, Bitcoin and bhakti. This thing. Yeah. I learned a lot about the. I don't know. Somehow or other, these things will be integrated. It's also about how financial systems, how it's going to work. Maybe it's something new to do with the Lord. Is because say we all get bhakti here, we still need to transact in the world. So this might be connected to being able so that we can transact between each other on levels of trades and all of that stuff. So we'll see where it goes. Anyways, we're having a good time, isn't it? It's just, you know, this stuff. Look at these conversations we have, man. Where do you see conversations like this? No holds barred, no repression, no hiding, no, yeah. See, you get fear of losing out, you know. Everything becomes a lesson and a teaching by being honest. Yeah, go ahead. What else? Anything?
Um, Suprava said, I'll read hers because she's not here that much. So it's amazing how you can see Krishna and link anything to him, Bitcoin to Bhakti. Slowly we are learning that from you, connecting everything to Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah, and Pani, since you have a mind for it, go buy some of that $35 Bitcoin. You can't go wrong, man. If you have one or two of those, it could, skyrocket. And then now some of people are thinking that. They think that it may do a flipping, they call it flippening, where when people become aware that they're being cheated, they just flip all into the real thing. I mean, why wouldn't you, when you find the so they flip from the 35,000 to make that $35 becomes 35,000 because and then you can't, it's hard to buy because there's so many people trying to buy it that they're backlogged. You just can't do it. So I don't know, it may be a complete, not Krishna's, you know what I mean? Who the heck knows? Everything is so uncertain now, and that's what drives people crazy is the uncertainty of things. But when you have this is where we are meant to be certain of this relationship, certain that everything is all right. Because we found God, man. We have that Lord. And we want to share that with people. Otherwise, you're looking for certainty in the world. It doesn't work. It's never be certain. Even like I learned this in the investment thing now. In investment, it's so uncertain. Even, like you don't know, people are always attacking each other and trying to get your money. The government is always like trying to basically, you don't know if your money's going to go, like it could be taken. The banks now, it's very uncertain. You don't know, they might freeze account there because they're doing it, freezing accounts. They might go under and then have CBDC. Nobody knows. Everything is uncertain. See, especially in investments, people, they actually jump out of buildings now. They're uncertain and they're looking for certainty in material. One thing we can be certain of is death. That's going to come. See? But while we're alive, we can be certain of the protection of Krishna, of God. See? And that's where real certainty is. That's what helps me. I mean, all this stuff is moving around. So what? Let it move around. The goddess of fortune is always restless. You know, she says fools are after me, like, you know, they find no rest. They're always, because she's moving here and there, going into this person's pocket or another person's pocket, very restless. But where is her attention? Her attention is on her Lord. See, she's married to God, the transcendental Lord. See? That's what we do here, and she's happy, and I'm happy. Yeah. In good fortune in the world or bad fortune, it's all, you already got the real fortune is this relationship with God. That's the truth, man. That, you know, this is the illusion's always trying to hide that truth of this transcendental relationship. Hides it with these gurus and teachers and all of that. People are promoting other things than this important relation. This is the important relationship. This is very rarely given in this world. This knowledge is very rarely understood in this world. Very, very rarely clarified like we're doing here. Isn't it? Don't you find it more clear, like what is really important here through these discussions?
Of course.
Doesn't it get really clear on who's got the treasure and who doesn't? Because people keep going to people who don't, like I said with the Bitcoin. They go and they support that and it gets really big and people think, wow, we got the real treasure, and you got a fake replica. See? That's preaching, is just bringing forth the truth that we not got replicas, we got the real deal here. You know, I was looking for the real deal. You know, I had the real deal from the beginning. It was just a matter of fluffing it out, you know. See, I go to Narayan Raj and they, oh, we got the real deal. Yeah, where is it? Oh, we don't show it. Oh, really? Ah, thank you. And the Radhakumbha, same thing. Oh, we got the real deal. We're high manjaris and all that. But where is it? Nobody, no show. All ceremonies everywhere. ISKCON, Gaudiya Me, Gaudiya Ma, ceremonies. Lots building external temples. All about that, you know. Breaking up the old temples, making another external temple, and very few people in them. Like the Narayan Raj, I went to Mayapur, you know, their temple, big, huge temples over there. Nobody in there. Just some sannyasis, they get a place to stay. Same thing, Gaudiya Math, big empty temple. They're all there ringing the bell, waiting for prasadam. No life, no life. See? This is life, man. Discussing Krishna. We're doing what Ramananda Roy left his job for, you know, and had these kind of discussions with Lord Caitanya about the Krishna, the absolute truth, every day they did for 24 years. Never got bored. Are we getting bored there, Govinda?
No boredom here. No boredom.
Yeah, Govinda got a gift. He got a log cabin then.
Gifts are from you. Gifts are all from you, Gaurahari. It's deeper clarification than seek the kingdom of God, because people still might go to the deity. Abandon all religions, just surrender unto me. People might still go to the deity. You're the deity. You're the living deity. I just remember something funny from when we was in Mayapur. I shared it before, but you know, when I went to the corner store, we were 4 blocks up, 4 stories up. The store's 100 meters away. I'm listening to your class over all the clanging and the bells, because your roaring it's beautiful. It carried all the way. And this is real, man. This is real. Devotees, we don't have to think, oh my God, I had a coffee. What I understand today on my journey, I self-moderate. I'm not looking at other people, what they're doing. You know, I drink coffee. Yeah, it keeps me a bit awake and I can do more devotional service. Is that that's all right. You know, Prabhupada did the same. I'm sure others do the same. But for me today, I'm not putting half a bottle of brandy in it, you know, so it's just what it is. Look at yourselves, look at ourselves, rather than he's doing this, she's doing this, and like that. Great class, amazing class.
Yeah,
Oh,
even Prabhupada said, if you take gold from a filthy place, man, gold is gold. Forget about the dirt around. You always dirt around gold, right? Yeah, like Lord Shiva. People look at his external behavior instead of his bhakti. I look at him beating the tom tom in ecstasy, dancing like a madman, laughing and crying. To me, oh well, the same thing. Prahlad Maharaj. He was born in a demon family. I don't, and a rich person in a demon family. I don't look at that he's a demon in a demon body. I look, he's preaching bhakti, man. He's the love of God. He also cried and laughed, and he preached beautiful things. That's what I look for. What are you looking for here? Like, okay, I'm in a kind of a demon body. I admit it. I'm a very low class person, man. I come from a very low class thing. But I preach bhakti because the Lord has revealed the greatest treasure. I'm here. I want to share that with my brothers and sisters. Yeah, I want them all intoxicated like Lalita and Govinda. I think that's great. I mean, they think it's great. That's their testimony, right? Intoxicated on love of God. Fernando was even like, boy, how come Govinda's not faulting Gohari for having a girlfriend, a couple of girlfriends, and he's in bliss and laughing at me. I'm all miserable about it.
It's a deep-rooted thing
I'm
inside.
losing faith in that Gohari. I had it. My faith was there, but now I'm losing faith, man. And Govinda and Lalita going, oh yeah, like it rolled, like no big deal. Are they in ignorance? Maybe they don't know the real standard or something.
No, we are not in ignorance. We are in love.
Maybe you're after the real gold and you don't care about any little dirt around it, man. It makes it interesting, Yeah. Yeah. You gotta, in the dirt, there's a lot of lessons in there, teachings. What is this? One address with women. Yes, it's hard. Francis says. Yeah. Okay, I'll read something here. Let's see if. I'm not talking about procreating. I'm talking about sex out of fun only. So what's wrong? So we have a little sex out of fun only. What can I do? I'm a Sudra. I don't know. Do you maybe have some secret desire to have sex out of fun only, but you
Do you
won't
still
allow it?
make children when you have sex?
Yeah. If man is married in a proper way, ooh, yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, if you want to go that way, that's destroyed a lot of marriages. We're we're not at that kind of time. I mean, you can. That's why I say it's more moderation. That's the one teaching in the Buddha thing that's good. The main thing is moderation. Yeah. If you have sex impulse, and what do you want? Like, a lot of babies now at this time? Are you kidding? Even one is not. This is not the time to have babies if you have any intelligence. Even Jesus said this. He when he prophesied about these end of this age, he said, "Woe unto those who have children at this time. Great woe." Woe means sorrows. Look how many people injected their babies already with this thing. So I'm not saying you have whatever situation you have. Yeah, and if you have this is the wild card. You can have babies like what's her name? Janine has 3 babies. Takes a lot, but still she found this. It's the wild card. It makes everything work. It's like, hey man, if 3 babies and a husband got you here, hey, all glories. Got you here, man. No babies got you here? Great. All glories, man. Whatever gets you here. You're sick on the machine for 30 years, doing dialysis, got you here. Hey man, all glories. Otherwise you probably wouldn't have come. Yeah. You might have had a bunch of babies, and a husband, and maybe distracted for the rest of your life. Who knows? Whatever gets you here, man. See, Govinda was an alcoholic. Now he's here. Lalita was a lousy housekeeper, Now she's here. Couldn't even fold a towel properly. She got burnt out from being too good and got her here. Yeah. Goa Haridas took a lot of LSD and mescaline and stuff like that. Had, brain troubles. I was like so weak from, I couldn't believe it. My mind was so, for 2 years I was in misery, but it got me here. Thank you. Yeah. A lot of people say, oh, he did drugs in the past. Yeah, I did. Yeah, a lot of things, man. Got me here. I got the greatest treasure now. I have this wonderful, intimate relationship growing every day. I have the best of friends, my God, growing every day. New people are coming. Look, now added to our group, a Fanny and an Amy. And who else? A Janine.
Janine, yeah.
Yeah. And new people coming. Shamaguri. Yeah, all the nice devotees. Yeah, growing. And we, nobody's perfect, Shamaguri has her oddities, what she has. But the bottom line is, do you love being with the devotees? Do you like being here? Are you growing? Yeah. So actually, you know what? I think we'll end it here because Lalita, I just kind of butted into her slot.
I'm pissed.
She didn't even have a chance to jump on here. I got up really early today. I said, I ain't gonna wait. She's giving long classes nowadays, man.
It's not a problem, Ecstasy is ecstasy.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, getting real juicy, stuff. And even like after your class, I went on and a lot of people came still. It's like shows you this is real life, man. It really is. Thank you, Lord, for such great relations, within and without. Okay, so I'll go off and Lalita will probably do something. Hare Krishna, everybody.